service.
Thank you. From day one, they've always pushed everyone to get their dreams. So I remember we was all sat in the restaurant and they were like, write down your dreams, and I wrote down my dreams. And then 3 years later, they asked me the same questions. I wrote down my same dream, and they were like, how close do you think you are to that? And I was like, I'm pretty close. And they were all like, Katty, you're not just close, you're extremely close. You're almost at touch and reach to it. And that's only because, you know, they've pushed me and pushed me and pushed me, because they know I'm good. It was just helping me to believe that I was good.
The first word of our vision is inclusive, and I truly believe that that's what we eat, sleep and breathe. That is everything. We have about 1,200 learners out of a 5,000 study programme cohort that have an inclusion need, and only 209 of those are high needs. So the other 900 plus learners have got a relatively low level inclusion need. We've got lots and lots of really key case studies where we can show progress from entry or pre-entry to level 1 and above.
In terms of our mission and what we do on a day-to-day basis, how we're going to enact that vision is all about getting individuals ready for the next phase in their life, and that's where inclusion is included within that. So it's not an add-on, it's not kind of like, well, we do all of this for this cohort and then we do something different for different cohorts of young people. Everything stems back to that.
When I first started at the college, it was quite nerve-wracking, but I kind of fitted in really well. The members of staff here have been really helpful, so they picked up pretty quickly about my reading and writing issues, and I think it was within like the first week or even the second week, they sat me down in the office and they were like, right, let's get your reading and writing checked, we'll get you sorted. And then that's when they diagnosed me with dyslexic and dyspraxic tendencies.
We tried to make every young person individual, so not one size fits all. So our study programme that we do with them is individualised, so we adapt to people, we look at what they want, and then we put our wrap around our provision around that young person, and I think that's what's taken us to that next step of being outstanding as well.
At first I was a bit nervous because I didn't want to accept that there was something kind of wrong with me, but then I felt really grateful. After the first year, I felt really grateful for what the college have done for me, and they helped me to get to where I am now. If I didn't get the help that I needed, I don't think I would have ever gone to university. I don't think I'd ever even be in my second year of university, never mind like wanting to finish my degree next year.
Right from promoting the college to application to interview to creating support plans before a learner arrives, possibly orientating them to sites before they get here, and understanding that that isn't special, that's normal, that's good inclusive practice. If we can crack that bit, then once a learner gets into the classroom and we empower them to know what inclusion is and what their specific individual needs are, we can then work with teachers to help them make sure that they've embedded that practice in their everyday work.
A lot of it is about having not only a leadership team but management team, and then a wider team who really understand that concept and have bought into it, and they're making it happen. It shows the culture, you know, they come together, they're excited, they're motivated, they're positive, they've all got something to contribute into the vision, and they can all see how they're contributing as well to making that a reality.
It's very important to take a whole organisation approach because that's what creates the ethos, the philosophy, and on an everyday level, the atmosphere of the organisation, and that's what learners experience. And so for them to have a positive experience when they arrive at the front gates, when they're going to get their morning coffee, when they are moving between lessons, it's important that that ethos, that approach, that atmosphere is consistent wherever they are.
Our learners deserve the best. They want to be just like everybody else, have a future and success, and being part of the community and being employed is a massive part of that.
They can see how passionate I am in being in the hair industry. I've had some really good support, I've had some really good feedback, and some teachers have really helped me to progress and push myself even further to help me get the dream job that I've always wanted. We've got to keep going and making sure that every learner gets a successful outcome, a positive outcome for what they want to do for their future aspiration. I think without the support, I'll be completely somewhere else.
I think the primary impact is that learners are happy. So attendance, retention and success are all bang on where they should be, in line with or just slightly above their peers.
We've got an inclusion team that can provide all sorts of resources for
any learning difficulty whatsoever. We've got specialists in the college that will support and help the teachers to give that best support that they possibly can.
We had hardly any achievement gaps last year, so in terms of all the intervention that's happening, it's working, and our learners are succeeding and achieving in line with national figures as well.
It's refreshing to see that everybody is pulling in the same direction, and I can't think of one single time where I've asked for support with regard to sort of learning difficulties where I've not received 100% support.
It's about creating a safe environment, so within a classroom environment we encourage mistakes so that they're safe and they can learn from them. If they've done something well, they get lots of positive praise, a lot of feedback. So we have masses of expectations for our learners. We want the very best for them.
I was at my previous college. I was nearly there for 4 years and I was getting bored and I wasn't really enjoying it, so I thought a change might change the mood a bit. My confidence wasn't very good when I was at my last college. I was down, I wasn't talking to anyone, but now college has helped my confidence because I can talk to people that I don't even know. The staff are more hopeful than my last college because they just know your needs and know what you want to do.
It is absolutely integral to everything we do rather than a bolt-on, and that's probably why it's so successful.
In September I've got an apprenticeship at Broomfield doing a teaching assistant job. My mum was very happy because she was crying in happiness and she couldn't believe I got the apprenticeship.
She wrote me an email the next day to say, the opportunity to let my son shine, I can't thank you and Derby College enough. So the impact is huge.